just set the stage for everybody. I'm a new DC kind of, I'm optimistic about the new DC universe coming from James Gunn. I, for one, feel like, the Snyderverse went a little bit too long. So many disappointing movies, such a depressing tone. Everything's muted. Instead of you having a Superman that would like save people and do things Superman did, you just had Henry Cavill doing this new age. And it's not his fault. He didn't write the character, but he was basically just an alien in every movie, just staring at everybody going, where do I belong? And like sometimes helping, sometimes disappearing because he was OP. And it's like, it just wasn't Superman. And so to see the trailer start off with them bringing back Krypto, which is for anyone that saw the dog and they're like, oh my God, DC's pulling a Grogu with Star Wars. They're just pulling out something cute that can make them a lot of money, and that's how they're going to do the show. Okay. Krypto was a huge part of the Superman lore until the 80s when they took him out because they wanted him to be the whole lone survivor from Krypton thing. They wanted to really put that in there. And then, so we grew up in the 90s, and of course, we didn't know about Krypto. They just got rid of him, and now he's recently made a resurgence in comics and things. So it's not like they just made this character up like Grogu, which was brought out of thin air, by the way. This is a character that existed long before. There used to be a TV show for Krypto, if I'm not mistaken, right, Elliot?
Yes, I believe that's right.
So when they brought back Krypto, it just makes sense to bring him back now because CGI is at a point where you could actually have a dog character like that. Even 10 years ago, this would have been too expensive of a bit.
I mean, is it a huge bit though? Because I think that's something you got to tell every person who's might be new to the comic book world is, yes, if you look for any of these side characters, you can find a bunch of stuff if you dig it up with the internet these days, but I don't think there's a lot of meaningful like storylines with Krypto, is there? It's just fun to throw into a movie.
Right, and I think that that's what James Gunn is trying to do. He's trying to do the first Superman movie that feels like it's in the comic books. That's why there's already other superheroes there. It's not like he's going to be the first person with powers they've ever seen, which is every Superman movie in our lifetime has been that. Oh my God, he flies. No one's ever flown before. What's going on? Well, in this one, they've already got a Green Lantern. What is it? The Valkyrie? I don't know what that thing was. There's other stuff happening. So it's like he is an alien and it's like, what's his deal? But it's like they've seen stuff like this before. It's more of a comic book world. So that's an interesting angle, I think. Sean, what did you think of the trailer?
Not super impressed. I'm not a huge DC fan to begin with. And so the trailer just kind of looked like more of the same for me. Seemed a little on the, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to put my finger on it. The suit looks really bad. I didn't like the way the suit looked. Some of the other characters even looked kind of strange. Like they were pulled straight out of a cartoon. And I know it's a comic book movie and I like comic book movies. So like, I get that that's pretty much exactly what they're doing, but I feel like I've seen it done far better than what I saw in that trailer.
You have Superman hate.
I mean, a little. It's kind of, it seems like a boring character to me because it always seems like he's, oh man, I'm so strong and now I'll lose my powers and now I'll get them back and we're fine.
Did you like the?
That's because he's the original, right? It's like what do they say? The kids say like Superman walked so that everyone else could crawl. Like his character was the first, so it lacks like complexity. It's like, he's gonna win. He's gonna win.
Well, and that's so okay. The music they play in the trailer, shout out to Screen Crush for a lot of the details I'm using, but they did 1980 Superman 87 and they kind of distorted it, changed it with the guitar. So like they're trying to bring that in, and you're seeing Superman like injured and things like that. That's something that Ryan Airy pointed out started happening with the cartoon that we all saw. When he was Batman in the 90s, that's Superman. When robots hit him, he went flying like every other character. He wasn't OP. And so I think that's what they're trying to do with this Superman. And James Gunn, since he's overseeing the whole DCU, he's gotten the keys to the whole kingdom, said this is his favorite character and this is how he wanted to do it. I mean, it feels like he had this movie ready to go when he signed the contract and just started making it. It happened pretty quickly.
Do we know what the like canon will be for this? Original canon will be for this?
He actually tweeted out, you can go look it up. James Gunn tweeted out like 11 or 12 comics he's going to be pulling from. So people didn't really have to speculate. Like he's like, I'm pulling from all of this, figure it out. Good luck.
So there's not going to be, it's kind of its new story through old stories, if you will. Like how they redo Batman Year Zero like over and over and over again.
And what I liked about the whole Crypto angle was he teased that he said Crypto and Superman have a very tenuous relationship in this movie. So like it looks like in that teaser trailer he's a helpful dog. I think he's going to be a chaotic screw up. Because like in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, Crypto was just a dog from Krypton that was going around and then all of a sudden found Superman and they just started showing up and he's a dog that's not trained that has superpowers. So
I mean, it's
don't
a
know, that
recipe
could be funny.
It's a recipe for Guardians of the Galaxy. He's showing us that he's trying
Oh
to.
yeah,
because-
that was another funny part of the trailer. Like in the
That's
first
why you
5
trust it.
seconds, he's like from Guardians of the Galaxy creator. Like, oh yeah, let me pull that Marvel credibility real quick.
Well, you've
Well,
got to
but
pull
it's-
that out because it's his movie. Marvel didn't have anything to do with Guardians. They gave James Gunn something they thought was low stakes he couldn't do bad on. Or they're like, whatever, if you make a little bit of money. And then Guardians
It's
was
like
their
DC's
biggest
looking
hit at
for
the
s-
time.
like sloppy seconds or something, man. Like,
Yeah, but
What are you-
it's obscure characters with without a lot of like back lovable stories. Just like Guardians of the Galaxy, he took characters and he made them lovable by making them their own. And then he's also piecing together lore from all the comic books, just like he did with Guardians of the Galaxy, right? It's like Infinity Wars / like Thanos' background with like Gamora.
but they're
and, like,
always very like mortal and very like not they're not safe.
But Superman.
What are you
can make-
talking? Who?
can be
Who's
mortalized.
safe?
Guardians.
Who's
So we're gonna go into a deep Marvel conversation.
None of the Guardians died. Tell me which one died. Like they even brought back Gamora after they
Gamora
killed her using
died.
an alternate. Yeah,
you at least
whatever.
feared
She's
for
still
her.
on screen.
You at least feared for them because they can die.
All I'm saying, if you're going to talk about sloppy seconds, the
Well,
MCU is bringing
Superman
back
dies.
Robert Downey Jr., bringing back Chris Evans, bringing back the directors that didn't.
to
They're
bring back-
literally retreading the whole universe, Sean. James Gunn's at least doing something different with new characters. But Elliot's right. He has shown that he can make multiple characters work in one movie and in a way that's cohesive.
Oh yeah,
The other thing, sorry.
Guardians are great. I was just gonna say I love the Guardians, and I didn't know who they were before those movies.
That's the
Me
other
neither.
thing that I love about this parallel is it's space. And I think James Gunn does a good job of ridiculous, like take yourself away from reality, watch this universe. And you can't do that unless like space distracts you from stuff, right? Because when you're watching Marvel, like no one stops to think like the physics of like, wouldn't your head implode even if you're wearing a Spidey suit in space or whatever? Like, but since it's so distracting and like fantastic, I don't know. I think take away Superman, because you're right. I have Superman hate too. But if we take that out of it, I don't know. It might be a fun movie. Visually, it looks pretty fun with all the slow-mo CGI stuff.
Could be.
Yeah, Sean wants to. I agree though. Superman's annoying, but he's like a poster. He's a poster boy from like the 1950s America, right?
Yeah, that's why you got to keep redoing it. I mean, it's not the most excited I am about the new DCU, but I'm excited that the only Superman movie I really enjoyed is Man of Steel, and this might be at least the second best one. I mean, I don't
here's
know.
a good
Michael
question.
Shannon did such a good job.
Do you have like annoyance with Captain America? Because he's like kind of the Marvel equivalent to Superman.
Well, no, but he can't fly. He can't shoot anything out of his eyes. Like you can fly in a jet and you've escaped Captain America. Like you could get on a plane at the right time and you're gone. You know, like Superman could wake up
Get
late and catch
airborne.
you.
Steve Rogers ain't got Jack on you.
The new
Fair.
Captain America could even fly, but still,
It's
like
not-
you could cut one of those wings off and he's gone. So
It's not the goody two shoesness of Superman. It's
Not at
the
all. Not at all.
Invincibility of
Exactly.
it.
no, it's definitely from Sean
Spot on.
playing different video games during his life and somebody coming in with Superman and being unbeatable. And it's like, why
I've
do
never
this
played
game?
a game where Superman's been in like
Well,
DC
Injustice,
versus
that's the
Capcom? Capcom
I want
versus Marvel? None of
Injustice.
those?
storyline to come down.
I don't know. I'm more excited about the trailer, but my friends have been a lot of my millennial brethren have been like, no, this looks stupid. We're not going. So that's why I want to
Exactly.
talk to you guys about it. It's the teaser trailer. We'll see. I like that they're going to bring in Guy Gardner as the Green Lantern because he's such a dick. And so maybe Superman will beat him up. So like you see the Green Lantern, and if you don't know anything about that one, you think, oh, he's probably, Nathan Fillion, probably going to be a nice guy. Wrong. Hopefully they're not going to make him. But then also there were a lot of Easter eggs. Like when they show the newsroom, it's all of these characters from the comic books that have worked with like Superman and stuff. Like there's a lot of Easter eggs. James Gunn's probably going to have like, even if the movie crashes, nerds are going to love it. That's what I'm saying.
I think so.